Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now we're taking a look at Mania for the ZX Spectrum. Brought out by Hewson in 1989. And it's a bit of a maze game with a difference. You're not gobbling up dots or anything like that, but here you are. But the idea is to get through the whole maze. It's just you're not gobbling up dots in the process. So let's redefine that var key. Oh, goodness me. Now, I know that the 48K Spectrum had limited sound capabilities, but while this isn't the worst tune I've heard on it, it's not exactly the most endearing I've heard either. In fact, it's just, I don't know, let's just get on with the game, I think. Keyboard. So you play as Flippo the Hedgehog here, and you got to flip over all the tiles on the map, and while avoiding these enemies. Now, it's not always as simple as that, because there are some squares that you can only be flipped if you approach them from a very specific direction. And others you have to flip twice, for instance. So yeah, enemy got me, but luckily you can jump in this. And boy, do you need to sometimes. Ooh. Extra energy, cool. Because your energy gets drained as you take hits from these enemies, whatever the hell they are. No balls. And there are also some squares that can be... Oh, there's one I had to go over twice just then to... Oh, goodness me. Oh, blooming hell. And of course the enemies can go over holes, but you have to jump over them because otherwise you'll die. The border will briefly flash when you've flipped over all the tiles, so there's obviously some that I've missed somewhere. Ah, there they are. Still missing some somewhere. Where are you? No, not that way. You have to be careful not to fall in holes, otherwise you'll die. Ah, there's one. So I've got to find the exit now. There it is. Get ready. And it's got different colour schemes. Energy low, so I've got to be a bit careful. If I touch too many more enemies, it's not going to be good. Oh, go away. No. Thank God you can jump in this. Oh, go away. Damn it, didn't quite clear the gap. So I actually fell down that hole and lost a life. Maybe that's a good thing because I was virtually out of energy. Ah, got those. No, you bummer. as you can see, there's some tiles that you can accidentally flip back over, so you have to walk over them again whenever that's the case. I like the way they got drop shadows in and actually used the spectrum's attribute limitation to its advantage. In fact, I like the way they've applied colour in general in this. Oh, go away. Oh, damn it, that was a power-up just then. One thing I don't like about those power-ups, which are those square ones, is that they can, when you're in a rush, they can look like enemies and things that you think you need to avoid. But God, ugh. Ah, right. Where's the exit then? I'm getting further away from it. The more frequently that beeping sounds, the closer you are to getting to the exit. I'm getting further away from it, so I'm getting colder. Keep coming across tiles I keep getting flipped back over. Oops, did my energy bars on the left there. Where's his exit? Oh, goodness me. Ah, there you are. And you've got even more different colours now. That's such a... And I've still got the same amount of low energy that I had to put up. I could do with one of those square things that look like enemies. Oh, damn, I forgot to jump. Maybe that was a good thing since I had so little energy. I was going to die anyway. Yeah, as I said, there are some squares where you have to. They will only flip over if you approach them from a very specific direction. Otherwise, they just won't flip over at all. Or they'll flip over but not actually change colour. Oh, come on, how am I meant to jump over that? Oh, there was one there which I had to actually approach going downwards onto it, because when I landed on it and was going upwards, it didn't flip over. Come on. No. Do a lot of nifty jumping there. Oh, damn it. No. Oh, it's not that. Ran out of energy. Did I get it onto the high school table? Yes, I did. Unfortunately, it's one of those where I have the arcade style one, so I can't just type it even though I've got a keyboard. But at least it's not as slow as some, so it's not nearly as painful as it can be. So that's Maze Mania for the ZX Spectrum. It's got some nice ideas in it, and I do like that that effect, as well as the sound that plays when you flip over tiles the way you do. Graphics and animation are fine. It's good the way they managed to get colour into the proceedings with little to none of that attribute clash. And in some cases, they actually managed to use the attribute limitation to the advantage of the visuals, and doing those drop shadow type things which you saw all over the place. And the scrolling's nice and smooth, with the size of the playing area is not too bad. no, I can't fault its visuals, especially given the Spectrum's attribute limitations. There was never a case where I couldn't clearly see what was going on. Sound, well, you've got that rather dubious music on this menu screen, but the sound effects that play during the game are really quite nice, especially the sound it makes when you flip over a tile. So given the fact that the 48K Spectrum didn't have a proper sound chip, it was all done via the CPU. The sound could have been so much worse. Gameplay. Well, initially it's quite endearing, especially with that tile flipping effect and the accompanying sound. However, the one big thing that I have to factor into my final score is that at one point this was going to go on Hewson's budget label, which was called Rack It, RACK-IT, and allowing for. But instead they decided to release it as full price, which meant a price of £9.99 in 1989 instead of the £1.99 that it would have been on the budget Racket label, or possibly £2.99. I mean, the game's enjoyable enough, but £9.99 was quite a lot of money for a kid back in 1989. And there's not really enough to this to justify them being charged at full price. And from what I can make out, it was never re-released on budget. I mean, I'm wondering whether it didn't sell all that well because of it being released full price, but it really did feel more like a budget title rather than a full price title. So people weren't going to pay 10 quid for that when they had the likes of Chase HQ and Batman the movie and the Untouchables, which were vying for that kind of money at the time. So I'm going to give Maze Mania for the ZX Spectrum 6 out of 10. The game itself's pretty good, but the fact that it went full price, and it's quite and it doesn't really have enough to it to justify that additional expense that ultimately counted against its final score. It would have scored higher if they'd gone with their original idea and released it on their Racket label and at 2 or 3 quid. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you on another video soon. Texie88 out.